It was good, YouTube. The Yu-Gi-Oh guy coming to you guys with a deck profile today, and we'll be covering worms. Alright, sorry about the glare in the room. There's a lot of light in here today. I'm going to try to keep the cards facing the camera dead on as possible so you guys don't get the glare. But that's the best I can do before I lay the cards on the mat so you guys can see what it is. Okay, before I get to this deck, I want to let you guys know that this isn't like a super highly competitive deck. It does really well though. I would say semi-competitive to maybe almost highly competitive, but like I said, it did really well on locals for me recently. I beat 6Ms very easily, Black Wings, Max, Gadgets, and even Chaos Dragons, surprisingly. But I ran into a little trouble with Dino Rabbit and wind-ups, but we'll get to that, okay? This is just the extra deck, we'll cover that later, and we'll get right to the main deck. Before I continue again, I want to let you guys know that this isn't like a lot of the other worm deck profiles that are on YouTube right now. I tech it quite differently. And hope you guys enjoy it. Give it a try. It's really cheap to build as well, so yeah, try it. Give it a fair shake before you knock it, alright? Alright, cool. Let's get started with this. First off, I run one Worm Apocalypse, just back row hate, right? Flip it, destroy a card, bam, done. I run 3 XEXXXY. Not just because I like saying the word XEXXXY, because it actually combos really well with Yagen, right? You get his first turn, normal summon it, throw a Yagen in the graveyard, get that on the field face down, boom, and that's it. 2 cards control in the field. Yagen acts like a compulse when it's face down, or like a penguin soldier, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I have 3 of those. I run 3 Carderos because I like searching, alright, and you gotta get the searchers out, so 3 of these. I run 1 Worm Victory. Not a lot of people run Worm Victory at all because of the summoning conditions, and the first effect says you must flip all the cards before it bombs the field, so it's like a Black Rose, but you need to flip it, and the attack is like 0, but I'll show you guys how to bring this out a little easier, and it can be your main beater. Like in a lot of cases for me in my duels, this is the main beater of my deck because I managed to get a lot of worms in the graveyard. I run 2 Worm Kings because basically if you tribute one of your worms, you can destroy a monster on the field that your opponent controls. So I run 2 of these. I run 2 Light Ray Daedalus. A lot of the other worm profiles I've seen actually run Diablos and Light Ray Sorcerer. I think the conditions for this is a lot easier, having 4 light monster, because almost everything here is all light already. All you need to have is in your graveyard, special summon it, and right away it can destroy 1 field spell card and 2 other cards on the field and just blow them. So that's it, okay? So pretty good. Alright, I run 2 of these. And in every light deck, I have to run Cyber Dragon. I love Cyber Dragon. It's just awesome. It's 5-star, 2100. Pretty good start, right? Run a Veiler because number 1, it's light again. It's a tuner, and it basically stops a lot of big plays from your opponent's card effects. 1 Thunder King, again, it can negate summons and whatnot, and it's a light again, so more targets for me. 1 Honest. I love running Honest. In a light deck, Honest, seriously, it kicked ass. Like, it saved me, like, in so many duels, just having this in my hand. Alright, for the finish. So, yeah, you know, Honest for the win. 1 Shining Angel. Shining Angel, basically, is teched in here because this is what I use to get my Worm Victories out. Basically, if it gets destroyed, I get to bring out a monster with an attack of 1500 or less. Worm Victory 0, I get to pull them out right away. But depending on how many worms I have in my graveyard, it's 500 attack per worm in the graveyard. So if I have like 10 worms, that's 5000 attack right off the bat, okay? That's not including the flip effect. So just straight up beater, like right up front. So there you go. And you can't, and because it comes out at 0, you can't really, I don't think you can bottomless it or anything, so that's it, alright? Genex Ally Birdman. Okay, this is the dark, I put this in here as a tuner, and I'll show you guys why a little later, because there's only what, 2 tuners in here, so I need this to get the tuners out, right? And that's it. It comes out very easily, so I use this 1 only. Magic card, Ga Magician. No one's running the Ga, but I love this card. This card is like the saving grace in this deck, and I'll show you guys why a little bit later. I'll explain it. It's because this thing goes from 1 to 8 in a heartbeat, and it's just awesome, and it really opens up big plays. But yeah, again, so there you go. As for the magic lineup or spell lineup, I run Monster, Reborn, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, 2 MSTs. These are basically staples, right? Book of Moon, especially in a heavy flip effect monster deck. Book of Moon's great. I run Future Fusion, of course, for the Worm Zero, and this actually helps get a lot of the worms into the graveyard to beef up my Worm Victory. Even if Worm Zero gets negated or whatever, it still helps my Worm Victory out when I get it out. So I like this card. Creature Swap. Gotta have Creature Swap. Worms are so underpowered that, you know, if you say you flip the Apocalypse right away into attack, you have like 100 attack, and you Creature Swap it right away with some big beat stick from the other side, and then, you know, that's yours, and basically attack right into it. Okay. This also helps the Gaga Magician place, because if you're stealing anything of a certain level, you can Gaga and exceed right away into any rank that you want, right? So, like when I went up against Chaos Dragons, I basically stole Darkness Red Eyes or something, or Blue Eyes White Dragon for an 8, and I basically went directly into like a Heliopolis. Okay, so I'll go over that later in the extra deck. But good card. Lightwave Tuning again. No, like I said, only 2 tuners in the card, but this one says any light monster 4 or lower. So I have a lot of level 4s or lower that aren't tuners, like Ryo or all the worms, right? So basically, I'm able to turn it into a tuner right away, and if I need to, I can sink into an 8, or I can sink into anything else, right? Because I have cards that are not all 4s as well, so that helps a lot, being able to tune something. Or like I said, even with Creature Swap right away, you can Creature Swap something they want or they have, tune it, turn your card into a tuner, and just go right into it. Alright, as in any worm deck, you have to run 3 Nebula Meteorite. It gets cards into your hand and helps special summon out that Worm King or Worm Victory right away. So these are great. 3 of these. Alright, 2 Offerings to the Snake Deity. 3 is a little much, but 2 is good. This is basically your Icarus tech for your worm deck. Okay, and any reptile monster, which is really good. So 2 of these work really great. 1 Call, 1 Torrential, 1 Starlight Road to protect your field, okay, from those bombs in back row and dark holes and everything. So 1 of these. Alien Brain is the other card I actually put in. It's really good, and actually combos well with Offering to Snake Deity. I can use my monster, attack into theirs. I might lose a few life points, but I take control of their monster with this card. So it's like an equipped spell card, or trap card, sorry. Take control of their monster, and if I want to, sacrifice their monster using Offering a Snake Deity and kill more stuff, or not even. But it can combo well into that if you feel, you know, threatened or whatnot before your summon phase. So there you go. These are the cards, and I think you guys can pretty much figure out the combo as well. But like I said, that Gaga Magician really throws a lot of people off because they don't expect it, especially when you're running with the Creature Swap or the Alien Brain right away. So I have 2 ways to basically steal my opponent's monsters and basically exceed immediately into all the cards that you need. And as for the extra deck, I am of course running 1 Worm Zero. Like I said, if I get it out, it's just a monster. If I don't, not a big deal. It's just another target from Future Fusion, and like I said, if not, I'll just use the Future Fusion to get the monsters in the graveyard for my Worm Victory, or even my Light Ray Daedalus, because all it needs is 4 light targets in the graveyard, and that's it. So that works well. I run 1 Gen X Ally Triforce because it tunes with the Gen X Ally Birdman, and when synchro with a light monster, basically I can select 1 light monster in my graveyard and special summon it and face down. So like a Yagan for a compulsive effect, or to destroy back row again with the Apocalypse. Okay, so Gen X Ally Triforce. 1 Catastor, 1 Black Rose, Stardust, of course, pretty self-explanatory. So it's either your Beat Stick or your Starlight Road. Okay, I run 1 Utopia because Utopias are sorry guys, my neighbor's dog is really freaking yappy today, pissed me off. Like I was saying, level 4s, almost every card in this deck is level 4, so you can exceed into rank 4 very easily with Utopia, and same with Blade Armor Ninja. Alright, I'm running 2 of these. With the Taras, again, works really well with Gagaga. You're like a Shien. When I went to get the Shien, I basically stole the Shien, turned into a Taras, and even your own Cyber Dragon. Photon Strike Bouncer, again, pretty self-explanatory, with your opponent's cards, and yeah, that's it, because there's no level 6s in here besides Gagaga, right? But like I said, Gagaga really helps make all these big egg seed plays happen, okay? And even number 11, 11's awesome. I like taking control of your opponent's monster every turn and then basically leave them with nothing. It's just kicks ass. And that's it, guys. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Actually, give it a try if you feel lucky, and let me know how this runs for you guys. All right, but like I said, it did really awesome for me. If you guys have any questions, comments, please put it down below. All right, I'd love to hear what you guys think, and that's it. All right, cool, peace.